What is the main topics you want to contribute to the Rapid Rural Transformation Project?
Yeah. So actually, what I have seen is I joined as a cop in a state called Bihar. Bihar is a state, and it's a very underdeveloped state. And I have spent a lot of time working in the rural areas. Of course, most of it was crime management, but I got to see the developmental aspects as well. And that's when I realized, there are a lot of things that need to be done, that can be done, but we just don't know. I'll give an example.
Hmm.
Like I was SP of a district, the superintendent of police of a district called Munger. So superintendent of police is basically the police chief of the district. Now, Munger is a district which is a very, very old one, and long back in the historical times, in the pre-British times, a lot of laborers from Afghan and Iraq, basically skilled laborers who could make weapons, pistols and revolvers and weapons, who could make them actually. They were brought here, they were settled here, and then an ordnance factory during those old times was opened, and then they started making all these weapons for those kingdoms there. But after independence, the ordnance factories were closed, and now they are without a job. Now, because they're without a job, the only thing they know is how to make a pistol. So they start manufacturing these pistols illegally
Hmm.
and start supplying it across the country, which actually increases the crime rate. Now, now if you look at it, now there are a set of people who know how to make weapons, are very good at the skill work, but we are not able to provide them employment, and because we are not able to provide them employment, they are into criminal activities. Now this is a gap. Now if
Hmm.
we know that there could be somebody who would be ready to use those skill sets and provide them some skill jobs, then the problem is solved. So
Yeah.
RRT, I look at it, gives me that kind of platform wherein you can as Anita explained, there are just if you look at it, it's a triangular structure. You have coordinators and volunteers on one side. You have the district collector and MP, those who head the district, the people who take decisions of a district on one side, and then there are the solution providers. So all of them come together, put their minds on a particular problem. Like for example, this particular problem of illegal arms in Munger. Now, if there is a solution provider who would say, no, I would give them jobs, which would require those particular skills. A district collector would say, yes, I'm interested in, transforming my district. And the volunteers who are working within the district and maybe outside the district or even outside the country. So they say that, okay, we will help coordinate the whole activity. Then we have a major problem solved. Most of the crimes across the North India, where there is a murder, it's mainly because of which we call which you in your side you call it homicide. So it's mainly because of the weapons that come from Munger.
Yeah.
So this is what these are the kind of solutions that RRT provides. Now I was even looking at the life of another collector from from a very there's a district called Naupada in Orissa. Orissa is again a state in India, and it's a very underdeveloped state. Now there is a district called Naupada. The collector there is a tribal, and she knows what the tribal problems are. There is a gap in terms of reach of medical facilities and reach of education because remote tribal areas there is no signal whatsoever. Now if you look at it, now we have a problem. The collector is she wants to give that solution to people. Now if you look at solution provider, maybe somebody like Starlink can provide that satcom based communication. We have volunteers, and there could be even solution providers in terms of say some education institutions who are ready to take online classes, and even some hospitals who are who may take a basic medical emergencies. And then we have a set of volunteers from the tribal youth from within the district or outside the district who would want to be a part of it. Now we have a problem, and the solution can be solved again using a platform that RRT can give. So that is how I was very, very motivated. I felt that this is what is required because Across the country, collectors are actually working, piecemeal. If a collector knows that there is a resource here in terms of solution providers and in terms of innovative solutions and in terms of volunteers, then they would definitely want to use it.
Yeah.
So this is how I feel, RRT would be transformational, and this is how I want to get involved in this.